What's up? It's your boy Iz. Welcome back. This week, another great episode. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Man, y'all been subscribing and liking, and the channel's just been booming. I'm so excited and I'm thankful that you allow me to bring you this great content. You want to stick through this video all the way through as I talk about election season, voting tips, and things that we really need to think about as election season is upon us. See you in a second. Welcome to my channel. My name is IZ316 or simply IZ. I'm a socially conscious hip-hop artist, community activist, radio and TV personality, and entrepreneur. I've produced and released several albums as well as met some of my favorite artists. But this is my channel and I want to be your favorite MC. That you guys staying tuned in with me. This is very encouraging. I love doing these videos for you guys, and thank you. Please make sure you're subscribing and liking and sharing with your friends. This week's topic is more about politics. Not only am I a socially conscious artist, but I also consider myself an activist. I try as much as possible to be active in the community. Part of what I do is help people understand the political process. I attended Wichita State University here in Wichita, Kansas, obviously. Well, there's a McDonald's that's close to university, and every morning there's a group of older black men who have the coffee and watch the news. They talk about the world, and it was always interesting to me. Normally I would just listen because I respect my elders and I wouldn't go bother them, but one particular morning they were watching the news and they're asking questions. Am I on the left or am I on the right? And I'm a Democrat, but sometimes I agree with some Republican views. What does that mean? So tonight I want to share my insight. I know everybody won't agree, and that's quite all right. If you disagree, leave your comments below and we can talk about it. The first thing I want to talk about though tonight is that we don't really live in a true democracy. And what I mean is a true democracy allows for everyone to have representation. How do you have true representation if you only have a two-party system, right? That means you get to choose between party A or party B. That's not a real choice. So if you have candidate A, right? And let's say all he needs is 51% to win. So if he wins with 51%, there's still 49% of people who are not represented by that person. That doesn't sound like true representation to me. That means that, yes, you have a majority, but not by much. That means over half of the people who have this issue aren't being represented. You have to think about these things. The next thing I want to talk about is, as black people in particular, we got to use our mind when it comes to politics. You see these politicians that come into our neighborhood only around political season. They want to put signs in your yard. They want to knock on your door and talk to them, but you don't ever see them after that. How many times have you seen them at your church just on a regular Sunday? How many times have you seen them at your church asking for your vote during election season? Every year. It's not in black people's best interest to have loyalty to either party. If you study history, you'll see that both parties have had injustices against black people. It's more important that we vote on the issue and not the party. I don't care if a person's a Democrat or a Republican. If they're on the right side of the issue, then that's the person who should get my vote. Too many times we told the party line thinking, well, my grandmother was a Democrat or my grandfather was a Republican, but at the end of the day, what have they really done for us? If you're going to vote, use your vote wisely. You know what I mean? Choose the issue and not the party, because the party can be wrong on a certain issue, but it's more important for people to be politically correct than to make the correct decision. And that's because when you're looking at the media and you're listening to the news and the radio, they're playing with your emotions. They're hyping you up. Don't let them do that to you. You're too smart for that. One of the other things I want you to understand is this. If I'm a Democrat and you're a Republican, or you're a Republican and I'm a Democrat, but I got $1 million business ideal and I want to go into business with you, are you going to tell me no because we're from opposite parties? Absolutely not. So what that lets you know is the only thing that matters at the end of the day is green. So what we need to do is people, not only black people, but less privileged people, because that's what it's truly about. It's not about race. There's black people who are part of the 1% in that aspect. Race does play a factor, but I think far less than we would like to think, because at the end of the day, if we really stop and think about it, when I go to the gas station, I pump my gas, isn't it the same price for a white person? But I don't think white people think like that, because they feel like at some point in time the political process will work for them, whereas black people don't feel that political efficacy. That's a whole different video that I could go into, but I do want you to understand the concepts of what I'm trying to get you guys to see. Is don't be played and manipulated by the media. The average person on the average day is just trying to provide for their family. They're just trying to make sure that they're all right, and what matters the most to them is how much money do they got in their wallet at the end of the month? Are they able to provide for their family? Those are some things that are really important. Don't be fooled by people playing with your emotions and hyping you up. Again, think logically. While running for office and getting elected is cool, we have to have a greater strategy. That should include lobbyists, that should include grassroots efforts, that should include non-for-profits in our neighborhood to serve our issues. I'm bringing these issues up because I want my community, I want people who are like-minded with me during this political season to be thinking about this, because politicians spend a lot of time polishing what they're going to say behind the camera and working on that thing. So by the time you hear the response on TV, it seems really genuine when they say, "My name is Sean Gates and I stand for fairness." You buy into it because it sounds good. They got the music going, there's kids in the background. You're like, yeah, that's the person you want to vote for. Well, I'm just going to keep it real with you. I'm voting for my pocket. Who will keep more money in my pocket at the end of the day? And I suggest that you do the same thing. Over this next political season, there's going to be a lot of stirring of emotions, especially with as divisive as the current president is. There's going to be a lot of talk about race. And I want everybody to be prepared for it. Black people, we made so many strides, and I'm so proud of us. And I'm not one of those that thinks that things are getting worse. I actually think that things are getting better. I just think that we still got some room to grow, and I think that it's in our best interest to learn how to work with other groups outside of our community. We need all the help that we can get, whether that's from the white community, the Hispanic community, from the Asian community. We got to build bridges, because that's what you do at the end of the day, and that's how you get things done. We got to support our youngsters and help them have a different mindset, choose different occupations, not just our typical ones like being entertainers. We need lobbyists. We do need politicians. We need lawyers. We need radio personalities, you know, on the political spectrum. We need newscasters and these type of things to tell our narrative in a way that's true to us. So this political season, I hope that you engage. I hope that you stop and have conversations with people and really get a pulse on what's going on. And the biggest pulse is going to be what's happening in your own community. Whether you're voting, whether you're not voting, you know what I mean? Just be kind and caring at the end of the day, because there's no political process that's needed to be a more loving person. So thanks for watching another episode. It's your boy Iz. I need you to leave some comments in the bottom, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Tell me what you think. You know, what do you think that the biggest issue should be for the upcoming political season? I don't know it all, but I know a lot. It's your boy Iz, and I'm going to be your favorite rapper. Peace. Welcome to my channel. My name is IZ316, or simply IZ. I'm a socially conscious hip-hop artist, community activist, radio and TV personality, and entrepreneur. I've produced and released several albums, as well as met some of my favorite artists. But this is my channel, and I want to be your favorite MC.